Right under the wire. Year is almost over, and this had to happen. Barry Jenkins, why? Oh. You know what? Fuck it, I quit. I'm just kidding. Okay, Grant, you're taking it too far. But, oh, God. Barry Jenkins, why?
You were the chosen one!
God. Ah! Dog! Ah! Ah! You know what time it is, people? Yeah, you know what time it is. Do the thing.
Wow. Dude, cry rock!
Hi, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. And just fuck everything. I'm so angry right now. This is not going to be. You may notice that this is structurally not going to be much of a review. I need to vent. We'll get to the review of the actual movie today after this, but I have to just unleash a little bit. So, Mufasa the Lion King. Motherfucking Mufasa. Spoiler alert, by the way, and also, if you're children, piss off. This video is not for you. Mufasa the Lion King is allegedly directed by Barry Jenkins. Even though it is not even close to being a Barry Jenkins film. I'm sorry, there is not a fraction of the man who made Moonlight, If Beale Street Could Talk, and the Underground Railroad in this. There is not a fraction of it. Not one. So what is Mufasa about? Well, we begin the story after the events of 2019's The Lion King. John. It's okay. And guess what happens? So Kiara, little Kiara, is born. She's becoming a young cub. Her mother and father, Simba and Nala, are off elsewhere because Donald Glover and Beyonce didn't want to have more than one line in the script. They are off doing something else, and she is genuinely worried about them. And alongside Timon and Pumbaa, who are there for no goddamn reason other than the fact that they were Lion King characters, her fears are quelled by Rafiki, who decides to tell her the story of Mufasa and Taka, the one who would go on to be known as Scar, how they became brothers, because we were rewriting the plot of The Lion King. Apparently, Mufasa didn't deserve the throne in the first place, and actually was a stray who was separated from his parents and adopted by Taka's family. Taka's the true king, but aka Scar is the true king, but we need to make every villain sympathetic now, and we need to make every hero a raging asshat. So, we have this movie. And also, we do the whole Muppet Babies bullshit of everybody knew everybody all along, and Zazu was there, and his voice is even more squeaky and annoying this time. And Timon and Pumbaa keep cutting in with dumb Disney meta jokes that aren't funny. Blue Ivy Carter can't voice act to save her life. Bless her. I feel bad picking on a kid, but dear God, she cannot emote at all through her vocal range. And on it goes. And there's a White Lion villain because we're going to do a dig at Kimba, I guess, too. Fuck the plot. Okay, hear me. I'm going to be objective here. There's a little bit of personal bias in this review. The original The Lion King was the first film I ever saw. But guess what? All movie reviews are a little bit biased. Sorry, it's the way it is. I have seen a lot of movies this year. A lot of movies. I've seen a lot of great movies, and I've seen a lot of shit movies. No other movie has made me feel like I am looking at something with no heart, no soul, no purpose, nothing this year than motherfucking Mufasa. I hated this movie so goddamn much. This was pointless. It was worse than the 2019 one, and the 2019 one was terrible. But at least that one, occasionally Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner would do something kind of funny. There is none of that here. It is pointless. It's never funny. It's never moving. The songs are awful. Was Lin-Manuel Miranda having just a really bad week or something? Like, at least he had the benefit, like, when I saw Moana 2 and I gave it a relatively negative review, I did mention that, well, at the very least, Lin-Manuel didn't write these songs. He wrote the songs for this movie. Was he just having, like, a fucking off day? I tend to be a fan of this guy. What's happening? Barry Jenkins, honestly, I don't blame for this. He didn't write this. It was written by Jeff Nathanson, who wrote the first film, or not the first film, of course, I have to specify. The first remake of this. And as much as he's talked about in interviews, and has done a good job with the PR thing, about, oh, I really wanted to make this, it was something I was passionate about, this is not a Barry Jenkins film. There is nothing, this is made by Disney executives. There is nothing in this movie that is made by an artist of the caliber of Barry Jenkins. He pointed a camera, he took his money, and you know what? This is going to be four years of his life that he is not going to be making something better because of fucking Disney, and I'm fucking sick of it. You know what? I'm gonna be right off the thing with it. What did Gene Siskel once say about some directors? Like, this is one less good film. This is one less good film he could have been making. Yeah, exactly. And I love The Lion King, the original animation. We talked about it earlier this year because it was the 30th anniversary. They did a re-release of it. The original Lion King is perfect. Yes, okay. The one thing I will give this movie slightly over the original is there's a little more emotion in the face. But the choice to show that, I would say roughly 80% of the 80, I think 80 is being low, more like 85 or 90% of this movie is extreme close-ups where it looks like every animal is going to freaking fucking eat you. Every single shot is like, I saw it in IMAX 3D. Every single shot is really close up. It's distracting. It's tight. There's no sense of scale to it. I don't know, because Barry Jenkins is a good filmmaker. I don't know what Disney did to his movie here. Because there's no way Barry Jenkins did some of the shots in this. Or planned it or anything. This movie, the story, similar to Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim, the story is entirely based on, people want to know, and I'm just going to say it right here. Why did Scar become Scar? He had the hots for Sarabe, and she rebuffed him. It is another movie where the villain is only a villain because he's a fucking incel. Can we not do that anymore? There's no reason. Literally, and tonally, it doesn't add up. He likes her. Simba helps him. Takes the does something for Sarabe, gives Taka the credit, and then eventually she realizes it's him, falls for him, and then he immediately tries to get the guy he considers a brother killed. Immediately. There's not a single scene between the two. It is just that. Things happen for no reason. Characters meet, they sing a song, a really bad song, and there's no emotion. The songs try to do the heavy lifting, but the songs are shit. And then at the end, the last 20 minutes is the biggest wank-off fest I've ever seen. It is all foreshadowings to The Lion King, and really bad ones. Like a moment where Taka saves Mufasa for once, but he's falling into a open space of water, and in the reflections, he kind of grips his paws, and it looks like the shot of him about to be thrown to the wildebeest stampede. All that kind of stuff. It's not funny. It's not cute. It never once. It's boring. It goes nowhere because we know what's going to happen to these characters. The framing device is completely unnecessary and seems to only exist to drag this movie out to 2 hours and also to get Beyonce to say a line. It's terrible. It is so bad. And here's the other thing, too. And I've had the same issue with 2019 version. Everybody has gone on both these movies about how great the visuals look. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe this is a controversial opinion. The visuals suck. I think they're ugly in both movies, but especially this one. It's ugly. It's so photorealistic and yet so not at the same time. It has this weird effect. It doesn't look interesting. It doesn't look vast at all. It feels like you're watching a screensaver. There's nothing here, and a bad one. There's nothing here that feels tactile in any way. And that wasn't the case with Favreau's Jungle Book. That actually found a way to integrate the two relatively well. And that movie came out almost a decade ago, so what the fuck is this movie's excuse? Guys, I'm not going to talk about this forever. I hated Mufasa. If this is the only thing possibly keeping this from being the very worst film of the year is the fact that I had 2 Trumpaganda films this year. But even then, I'm debating whether to move it up. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I hated Mufasa. I know it's for personal reasons. I don't give a fuck. This movie totally misunderstands. Oh, and also completely misunderstands the backstory of these characters. Completely misunderstands why Mufasa is a beloved character. And on top of that, the movie opens with a dedication and a really, really, really disingenuous dedication to James Earl Jones. This movie and the company that made it, quite frankly, can go fuck itself. Not Barry Jenkins, because Barry Jenkins, I think, really, this was not his film. This movie is a train wreck. I hated Mufasa, and it gives me no pleasure to say that, because I love the man who allegedly directed it. I hated Mufasa. I hated this movie so much. It was unwatchable to me, quite frankly. I wanted to leave about 10 minutes in, and I stayed. I stayed to the very end for you guys. So I hope you appreciate it. I'm done. Mufasa the Lion King gets 2. Yeah, double. Fuck you. Double middle fingers of kindness. I hated this movie. Can you give something a -1? Because I made this a -1. Fuck this movie. Fuck the greed that caused it to be made in the first place. I'm done. Mufasa the Lion King, 0 stars out of 5. I hated this movie. I don't care. Y'all can get me in the chat. I don't give a fuck. I hated this movie. It's my opinion. Kick rocks. And Barry Jenkins, please go back to making an actual Barry Jenkins movie again. We don't need you to be dragged into this again. Please. Anyway, trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. The Unbreakable Boy, talked about it. Doesn't look great. Paddington in Peru, talked about it. Looks good. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, talked about it. Looks good. Elio, this is a new trailer. It looks cute. Captain America: Brave New World, talked about it. Looks good. Lilo and Stitch, talked about it. Looks good. How to Train Your Dragon, talked about it. Looks good, even though it's unnecessary also. Snow White, talked about it. Looks good. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. All right, that is it. We will be back right after this for a review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Tomorrow we will have a review for Bachala Mali. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And more to come before the year's out. That's all coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, classes missed. I love you 3,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. And if you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything, either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below, what did you think of Mufasa, the Lion King? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Made mine with extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye.